Let's have a conversation about stories. There is power in your story, power that can positively impact another person in ways you may never know. At Inspired Woman, the stories people share help change lives every day. I'm Marcy Narum, and this is Inspired Woman Conversations. Hi there, I'm Marcy Narum. I kicked off Inspired Woman Conversations right before the coronavirus pandemic came to North Dakota. I was recording these on location at the Capitol Gallery in downtown Bismarck and working with a video production company, B-Wise Media. We have a couple of episodes that are done and ready to be released, but I've put those on hold since life is kind of on hold, so to speak, as we wait out and stay safe during this time of social distancing and staying safe. And I hope you are well and staying safe. My intention is to be able to have an episode for you on a weekly basis, but considering now I'm recording these from my home, little studio office here, I think I can do these more frequently, and so that's my intention, is to share inspired woman conversations and more relevant topics that are meaningful to you. And I hope that we can connect, that you can share your comments, your suggestions, your ideas, that you can also connect with people who have human experiences that are similar to yours. You might be able to think about sharing your story, because that's what Inspired Woman is all about. Our mission is to celebrate, encourage, empower, educate, entertain, and connect women. And yes, men as well. We celebrate you the same. You might have a story that is on your heart that you haven't thought about sharing before, or maybe you thought it didn't matter. Your story does matter, and your story has power. We'd love to share that here at Inspired Woman, whether it's Inspired Woman Conversations or in a feature story. I just ask you to consider that. In the meantime, today, Inspired Woman Conversations features a teacher in the Bismarck Public School systems. Tivona Lamberth started her career in special education in 2006. This year, she is teaching at Wilmore Elementary School, and she services between 8 and 12 students. Her husband is also in the school system. He is an instructional coach at Simley Middle School. Tivona and her husband have 3 children of their own, a 6th grader, a 1st grader, and a 3-year-old. So like many other people, they have their hands full, and life is a bit of a challenge right now as they are, as of Monday, teaching from home and also making sure that their own kiddos are getting the instruction that they need. So I spoke with Tivona today about adjusting to life as a teacher from home and staying safe in this coronavirus pandemic. What has it been like during the time you've been out of the classroom until teaching?
And it's been like just since like this whole coronavirus thing started.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's been different. Thankfully, I have been able to touch base with most of my Actually, I have been able to touch base with all of my family's parents. I haven't gotten to talk to all the kids. I've talked to most of them, but so that's been good. But I miss them. It's been different.
Yeah, and I bet they miss you.
Yep, I've gotten back. It's, they're wanting to know how I'm doing just as much as I'm wanting to know how they're doing. So that's been good. So we have been giving them some individualized instruction to do in addition to their general ed learning board that they got that everybody got.
Yesterday, you kind of went back to class, back to school with your students. What challenges did you encounter?
Well, I know one of my students had some, technological, because all of the activities I sent home could either be done online or a paper pencil packet. And so I did go, and so I tried to touch base with buddy, but just making sure that they're doing it and they got it and they understand what's going on. Um, I was able to kind of touch base with most of my families yesterday to make sure that they were able to access it and they were able to find everything that they needed. I did just from a special ed standpoint, I created a Google form, like a check-in, like how you doing with some emojis, how are you feeling, anything you want to share with me, tell me something good. And that could have been done online. And I had 5 of the 8 actually do it online yesterday. So, and I've actually already gotten a couple this morning. So they're supposed to check in every day just so that I can see how they're doing. So that's been fun to see. And then, have them share, tell me something that you would normally tell me a story at school, happening at home. So that's been fun.
Yeah, I'm sure that's important for every student, to be able to talk about that with their teacher and, to know that their teacher cares.
Mm-hmm. I've never appreciated going to work in my profession as much. It's been eye-opening a little bit, just, everybody has come together. Like the district has been phenomenal in support. Teams that you work with, like, because, I've got my special ed, I've got my school team, everybody and just coming together and what can I do? How can I help? Let's put this together. What can we do for our families? So, that's been really encouraging. It's also been very like, wow, you don't realize how much you do appreciate going to work and how much you do seeing your colleagues every day and seeing, you really take that for granted kind of. I not granted, but it's just one of those like, and appreciated that until it was just kind of snatched from me very suddenly. It's been very encouraging and very heartwarming to see the support of the community and it's been different for our family just being home. So, and I've kind of enjoyed some of that time too. It's, we've gotten to do some things as a family when normally we're running to gymnastics here and there, but definitely a time to reflect on how lucky we are to be healthy and there's people that aren't, and I wouldn't wish to be in any other profession, or I'm feeling very blessed to be a member of Bismarck Public Schools because they're doing a great job. So and that's another thing, like the district was phenomenal at getting everybody devices, making sure everybody had some sort of Chromebook or a computer. That was super, super helpful. All my students were able to come to the school and pick up a device. And so even if they normally wouldn't have, most of my families had internet, but they didn't have a computer. They used tablets or phones or stuff. So that was, phenomenal on the district's part because, the kids being able to have access to that so quickly and efficiently has been super helpful too, because we wouldn't be able to do, I know distance learning for some of the Wilmore families would have been a lot more difficult if the district wouldn't have provided access to that technology piece. So
be sure to keep up with all of our Inspired Woman conversations by visiting our website, inspiredwomanonline.com. Follow us on Facebook or on Instagram TV at Inspired Woman by Marcy. We'll see you next time.